If I say to you the name POMC, what does that mean to you? Think about it. What is the highlight for us on the motoring calendar? It is Cars in the Park. And POMC, or Pretoria Old Motor Club, they are the organizers. Today, we're at their first event for the year. We're going to bring you an interview with the chairman. Super excited about that. What else excites me? Everything that's around me and behind me. It absolutely blows my mind, and I've said it before, that 80 to 90% of the cars that I see at an event like this today, I've never seen. Where are these old beauties stored? That I don't know, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. Everybody knows I'm a huge Audi fan, but hold that thought. The decade is the 1980s. And in the 1980s, Audi, with all due respect, you didn't exist. There was only two cars that counted if you were looking for luxury German, BMW and Mercedes. And today, it's about BMW. I remember 1987 when the incredible new E32 was launched. Then in 1990, the 750i that is next to us, a V12, Emil, I can see the smile on your face, with good reason. You are the proud owner of this. You've got to share with us this beauty. Tell us about it.
So it's a 1991 750iL. I've got about a year and a half, so I'm busy restoring it. So we finished with the paint work at the moment. A lot of effort went into the interior. There's some mechanical work that I've done. I've got a real passion for these cars.
But you can see that. Now you talk about the paint work. When you got it, condition what? Average, tired? Was it just needing a refresh?
It just needed a refresh. There were some dents and scratches. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I wanted it to be in a real good showroom condition. So that's why I repainted it. And yeah, so I'm very happy with the paint, I must say.
But now looking at the color, for me, the signature color of the 7 Series at this time was a burgundy. You chose a burgundy, you've kept it the same color. It looks beautiful and shiny. The interior, what have you done there? Because it looks immaculate.
Well, there's a lot of cleaning work. The rear shells have been redone. The headliner has been redone. The A, B, and C pillars have been redone. Specifically, there's been stitching done on it. So that's not standard anymore. So it's a different color also. In my opinion, it looks very good.
So the specific reason you went for the 750 was you wanted something that was fuel efficient? I mean, this thing must be Mursa light on fuel. What is it like to drive?
I must say this is a very smooth engine. The car is 30 years old. I think in today's standards, not a lot of power. You would be amazed how smooth this engine is.
So Emil, I'm telling you openly, I absolutely love this car. From our side, I just want to wish you the very best with the rest of the restoration. I'm not sure what the rest of the restoration is because it looks immaculate, but many, many miles of happy ownership here. You've got a beauty.
Thank you, appreciate it.
They say miracles do happen, and I have no doubt, but there's one miracle that will never happen. You cannot go to an old car show, an exceptional one like today, and not see a beautiful Alfa. And as I said, today is no exception. Peter, behind us, we've got something special. Please share it with us.
Well, I'd agree with you on that. I went off to study in Pretoria. A friend of mine had a 17. Well, thank you very much for that one. That's 1968.
Close.
A friend of mine had a 1750 69 model Veloci, which was really the icon of them all. And then I acquired a new model 70, exactly the same as like this. Super. It just stays with you. I think everybody's first sort of cars or second cars. I was looking for a Julia like this, and they're quite scarce. I've also got a Junior, a 1600 Junior.
So you say they're quite scarce and quite expensive as well today.
Yeah, and these prices are going up quite dramatically. And that was a reason for me not being able to get the car 14 years ago. I tried the owner of the car, and he was collecting, and probably for his pension, I would guess. So eventually I bought it from him.
Beautiful. So now what we've got behind us now is a 1600. For any Alfa aficionados, you'll hear we spoke about the 2-litre. For me, there are 3 engines that are indelibly etched in our memory. The 1600, the 1750 and the 2-litre. But am I correct in saying today the 1600 is becoming the pick of the bunch?
The 1750 always sounds to me, it's got a bit more torque than this, but this one revs freely over 6,000 if you have to.
And anything else in the collection?
No, I started off with a 59 Giulietta, the TI, the little upright one. When I bought it from the owner had it on consignment at a distribution.
In Gauteng?
Yeah.
So one of the things to know, and everybody who watches the show will know, Alphas of those times did rust. What was the Alfa guarantee at the time? Do you know what it was about rust?
Tell me that it will rust.
That was the only guarantee they gave you, that it will rust.
Yeah.
But there is no rust on it looking around,
No.
which is incredible. So I remember growing up, Weber, that's how I pronounce it, that was the standard go-to. But when you had the Lottos, ooh, that was the better one. Like the Alfa GTV6 of 1984, didn't that have 6 downdraft Lottos?
It did. It did.
Peter, there's no question you've got something special here, something that I would want. Everybody watching this, tell me that you do not yearn for a 1970s, 1980s, 1990s Alfa. Clearly Stellantis, nobody's yearning for a 2025 Alfa. Why? Because you ain't selling any. Today is a very special day for me for a number of reasons, but the standout reason is I officially became a member of the POMC. However, there's somebody next to me. You've been a member for more than 40 years, and not just a member, you are now officially the chairman. Neil, tell us about this wonderful club.
Yeah, Neil Stander is the name. I'm part of a long-standing heritage in the club. I'm very blessed that my father, Stefan Stander, is the only surviving founder member of the Pretoria Old Motor Club. He's 85, turns 86 this year. He still owns the first car he bought when he was 17 years old.
That's incredible.
It's a 1928 Ford Model A. We own many Model A's in the family. It's a tradition with my dad that we sort of like the older cars.
Now, POMC, famous for organising cars in the park. This is your first meeting of the year. Tell us about a day like today. Bonus up, what is that about?
So this is typically, as you say, our first, second Sunday. We call it our second Sunday events in our club. We have 2 major events in any one month. On the first Wednesday of every month, we get all our members together here on a Wednesday evening. We'll have a nice little braai together before the time, and then we sit down and we have a program that we follow on a Wednesday evening, first Wednesday of every month. So anybody's more than welcome to join us. You don't have to be a member of the club to join. So that's our one highlight. And then our other highlight is every second Sunday of a month, we have a function like this, and it would normally have a theme of sorts. So today is just a bonnets up, keeping in mind on a second Sunday, anybody can come with any vehicle. If there's a proper theme, like I think it's in March, we have our American Day, then we just ask people with other vehicles to sort of step back one line or go a bit further down in the club, and we then focus on the vehicles that are the focus of that.
Now, as a chairman, clearly Neil didn't get the memo. Bonnets up. Next to us is an incredible 1958 BMW. This is yours. I always ask people to share the incredible story. What have we got here?
Okay, so the history of this bike was, again, thanks to my father. I was an appy in the day, and one came up for sale in Woodbank. The gentleman phoned me, and I went and spoke to my dad, and we drove through to Woodbank to go look at this. This is a 1958 R60.
Did it have you at hello?
So it was mine. The problem was I didn't have the money as an appy at the time, right? And that's why I took my dad with me. And my dad loaned me the money, and I bought my first bike. And as I worked and as I qualified, I one day went back. I got a bonus on the mine, and my dad said, and I went to my dad and I said, listen, here's your money. And he looked at me. He says, no, it's okay. You don't owe me anything.
So I mentioned one of the highlights for me, which is a jewel in the motoring calendar, is Cars in the Park. This year, again, 3rd of August, what can we expect?
I think much of the same, if I want to call it that.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Our main focus is really the efficiency of the event. We have 2,500 cars. We have about 15,000 people. For us, it's important is safely and efficiently, how do we get people in and out of the event?
To Frick Kramwinkel, who plays an integral part in organising it, absolute hats off. To the POMC, as I said, I became a member today, a proud member. Am I officially the newest member? You've got to share it for the audience.
We can, and welcome to the club.
Thank you so much.
And may you be an active member.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. When it comes to French cars, Peugeot, Citroën, Renault, two of them have definitely fallen off the bus. Peugeot and Citroën, Renault, you there or thereabouts. The Japanese cars, Nissan, Toyota, Honda, you continue to shine. But today, a 1978 Citroën that still brings a smile to your face. As I saw it, definitely brought a smile to my face. Just have a look around this car that you're seeing on your screen right now. Donnie, you're the proud owner of this vehicle. How long have you had it?
I had it for about 4 years now. I bought it in Worcester from a guy, and it was trailered up to Pretoria. And since then, myself and a Citroën enthusiast has been working on the car, and it's mechanically, I would say, in a better condition.
Than you bought it?
Yes, definitely. It's a 1220. Some of the guys call it a 1220. It is very smooth on the road.
But that's a Citroën tradition.
Yes, that's a Citroën tradition. It's very smooth on the road, and it's very perky. I mean, I don't stay behind other cars. At this age, it can still do 120 easily. It is obviously a high-revving engine, so the engine likes to rev. So you mustn't spare the horses.
Chiefs, don't spare the horses.
And apart from that, it goes very well.
So when it comes to parts availability, if you think of Stellantis today, you import Citroën, you import Peugeot, it is poor. How do you get parts for an old car like this?
Well, you have to know people. You have to be in the Citroën fraternity, the club. And then obviously there's lots of spares available in Europe and in the UK. And then you have to import.
Donnie, wishing you the very best. You've got a beauty.
Thank you, Mike.
Today has been incredible. You saw the interviews, you saw the incredible cars, but what you saw most was the incredible club that is POMC. You're looking at the newest member as indicated, proudly so. Hope you enjoyed.